Everyone says New Jersey property taxes are insane, but the truth is way more complicated. If you've ever searched for homes in New Jersey, there's one thing that probably jumped out immediately: property taxes. And if you've heard people talk about New Jersey real estate before, you've probably heard the same warning over and over again. The taxes are crazy. But here's the thing: a lot of what people believe about property taxes in New Jersey is either misunderstood or completely wrong. Hi, I'm Tom Olszewski with eXp Realty. In this video, I'm going to break down the truth about property taxes in New Jersey, including why they're so high, which towns actually have lower taxes, how taxes affect home prices, and what most buyers completely misunderstand about them. So if you're thinking about buying a home in, say, Sussex, Morris, Warren County, or the West Milford area, Western Passaic, this video could save you thousands of dollars. I'm a realtor with 22 years experience helping buyers and sellers throughout Western Passaic County, Morris County, Sussex County, and Warren County in New Jersey. Many of the buyers I work with are relocating from New York City or other parts of New Jersey. And almost every single one of them asks the same question. Excuse me. Why are property taxes so high in New Jersey? So before we jump in, I'm curious. Are you currently thinking about buying a home in North Jersey? If you are, comment buyer below, and I'll personally send you my North Jersey relocation guide with all the information. It explains the best towns, home prices, and what life is really like here. Or you can subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll be posting videos. Why property taxes are high. Let's start with the biggest question. Why are property taxes in New Jersey so high compared to other states? There are a few major reasons. First, New Jersey funds many local services through the property taxes, and that includes things like public schools, police departments, fire departments, local government services, road maintenance, parks and recreation. In many states, those services are funded through higher income taxes or sales taxes. But New Jersey relies much more heavily on property taxes to pay for them. The second reason is that New Jersey has a lot of small municipalities. So instead of one large county government handling services, there are many smaller towns and boroughs, each with their own local services and school systems. That structure can increase costs. And finally, New Jersey has some of the highest rated public schools in the country, which is something many buyers actually move here for. But maintaining those schools requires funding. So when people say New Jersey property taxes are high, they're not wrong, but there are reasons behind it. But here's something most buyers don't realize. Higher property taxes don't always mean you're paying more overall for a home. The misunderstanding about taxes, this is where things get interesting. Many buyers assume that higher property taxes automatically mean living in New Jersey is more expensive than, say, New York. But that's not always the case. In some states with lower property taxes, home prices are significantly higher. For example, someone moving from parts of New York might pay far less property tax, but the home itself might cost hundreds of thousands more. In some areas of New Jersey, especially western New Jersey or North Jersey, you may actually find lower home prices, larger properties, more land, even if the property tax rate appears higher. And the next thing buyers often misunderstand is how much property taxes vary depending on the town. So taxes vary by town. One of the biggest mistakes buyers make when researching New Jersey property taxes is assuming the entire state is the same. It's not. Property taxes can vary significantly depending on the town. So, for example, some towns closer to New York City tend to have higher property taxes, but areas like Sussex County and Warren County, western Passaic County, often have more affordable property taxes compared to towns in northern Bergen County, Essex County, Union County. And within each county, taxes can vary depending upon school districts, municipal services, local budgets. That's why when buyers are searching for homes, it's important to look at the taxes specific to the property, not just the county average. But here's another thing that surprises buyers when they start looking at homes in New Jersey. Home price versus taxes. In many New Jersey towns, property taxes are already factored into home prices. What I mean by that is this. If two towns are very similar, but one has significantly higher property taxes, the home prices in that town may actually be lower. So why? Because buyers are looking at their monthly payment, not just the purchase price. For example, a $450,000 home with $10,000 in property taxes might have a similar monthly payment to a $500,000 home with $6,000 in taxes. So when buyers focus only on the tax number, they might miss the bigger picture. And there's another important factor that most buyers don't learn until they start making offers. Tax assessments. In New Jersey, property taxes are based on something called the tax assessment value. This is the value the town assigns to your property for tax purposes. And that value doesn't always match the exact market value of the home. Sometimes a home might sell for more than its assessed value for. Other times, the assessed value might be close to the purchase price. So you have to look at that. That's why when buying a home, it's important to look at the current tax bill, the assessed value, and whether the town recently performed a reassessment. But the next thing buyers should understand about New Jersey property taxes might actually make you feel better. So what your taxes pay for. Remember earlier when we talked about why taxes are higher here in New Jersey? It's because property taxes fund many of the services that make New Jersey a great place to live. So again, for example, excellent public schools, well-maintained roads, local parks, community services, emergency services, fire, police. Many people who relocate here actually appreciate the quality of services they receive in return. So how buyers can reduce the tax impact? Well, there are also ways buyers can manage property tax costs when purchasing a home. So let's take a look at an example. So it's all about choosing towns with lower tax rates, considering homes with lower assessments, looking at homes slightly outside the major commuter towns, and sometimes even appealing an assessment if it appears inaccurate. So while property taxes in New Jersey are often higher than other states, they're also part of what helps make the state a desirable place to live. And depending on where you buy, the overall cost of home ownership can still be very competitive compared to nearby markets. So again, if you're thinking about buying a home in Northwest New Jersey, I'd love to help. I work with buyers relocating to areas like West Milford, Sussex County, Morris County, Warren County. So if you want my Northwest New Jersey relocation guide, comment guide below and I'll send it to you.